Hey, what's up, everyone? My name is Steven, and this is my wife, my beautiful, lovely wife, Rihanna. And thank you for hanging out with us, and thank you for checking out our channel. We wanted to hop on the tube to kind of share our story and our testimony and our journey of what I went through last year going through cancer. Um, and again, my journey is also her journey because she's also been through a lot during that time, had to take care of a lot during that time. Family, our children, school, soccer events, soccer practices, soccer games, you name it. She was handling everything on that side of things while I was in the hospital during this time. But we're going to share just kind of how we felt, and a lot of it was a blur to us. But my wife did share our journey on TikTok, and then we moved it over to Instagram, and then eventually I threw a little bit of it on YouTube, but haven't really sat down and been in front of a camera to actually kind of like share it with you guys like in person this way. So we just kind of wanted to do that, and it was kind of, it took us a while to try to figure out when we were going to do this because it's already been a year. It's already a year now, and a year in August. And so it just kind of took us a while to try to figure out when and to set it all up. And I mean, we have a pretty big family as far as, 5 kids, 2 of our own, and we are now fostering 3 of my third cousins, but they call us uncle and auntie. So that's where we're at right now. So it's a lot of us, and it's a crazy home, but we're very thankful, and hopefully the video encourages a lot of you guys out there. And this is kind of why we're putting it out there. We know, God was with us through the whole thing, and so I just wanted to share it to encourage you guys, and hopefully you guys can get something out of this. And if you guys are going through something like this as well, then I hope this video helps you. And if you have any questions, feel free to comment down below, and you can also find us on our socials at Instagram, TikTok, same as this name here, Our Love Doors. And we've been together for a long time now. It's been, how long? 19 years since I've met her back in 2006, and we've been married since 2011. And that's what, like 14, 15 years already? 15 years, 14 years?
14.
So we've been together for a long time, and we've been through a lot. As a couple, with no kids, and with kids, and being married, and going through this journey that we're about to share with you, and now fostering 3 others, which is it's fun and it's crazy at the same time, but we're getting by. So all by God's grace.
So back in like July,
Beginning
of July,
2024 is when this all happened, during the summertime. And I work as a aerospace mechanic at Lockheed Martin. And that's really all I can tell you as far as that, because it's, can't really say anything about that. But working at this job, I was going from one building to another building, and I switched over from one building to a new building in May of last year. And the common cold was going around at the time. My daughter, she caught the cold, and for whatever reason, I thought I had caught it as well. And another thing too, the building that I was in was really cold, so I thought coming in and out of this building, going to my car on break during the summertime, I'm thinking, yeah, I'm getting sick because of these reasons,
and he has bad allergies too.
And I have bad allergies, so
it wasn't like out of the blue, like weird to us.
Yeah, it was just something like I'm catching a cold or something. What it was my symptoms were, I'd be in the car, talking to my wife, and I'm just coughing like crazy, coughing. All of a sudden, I'm wheezing, I'm feeling some kind of wheezing. I was so tired, I was fatigued.
And go to sleep.
Yeah, so I was just all of that, and it was like that for a while.
We just thought, okay, it'll pass, but then it wasn't passing, and then he got a appointment for like respiratory training, and that was in the beginning of August. So
yeah, so every year at my job, we have to go through annual training, and the training that I was doing is respiratory. And so you got to shave your beard, you got to go to the medical center there, do breathing treatments, just to make sure your lungs are capable of handling putting the respirator on and being able to breathe, changing out your cartridges and all that good stuff. So I went to this training, and mind you, I was already getting sick, and so I went to this training, and I completed all the training. The nurse there, she had told me that everything looked good as far as my lungs go, because I had to do breathing treatments, and my lungs were way over the way she was measuring them, like it was good. And so she said it was I had good lungs. And then I had mentioned to her that I was getting sick, and so she checked me on that, and she did the whole checkup, and she diagnosed me with bronchitis. She gave me medicine. She gave me cough suppressants.
We were relieved to have an answer.
Yeah, we were
like,
okay. It's just a normal,
bronchitis.
Any,
wait.
we can get through this. So
wait
then,
it out.
So we did that. She gave me an inhaler as well, because I was having a hard time kind of like breathing or coughing up, just coughing and stuff. So hopefully, this is going to clear up. That's what I'm thinking. And so
we Googling everything, like how long is bronchitis?
Yeah, we did.
6 to 8 weeks.
It was like
with
6
the
to 8
cough
weeks, yeah.
Or whatever. So we're like, okay, this is like kind of around the time where it should be
Yeah.
ending. Then.
Yeah. And then, so she tells me, go, take this, we'll come back within a week, and then we'll do another checkup. And so, I don't know if that was the first time she had asked me about doing an x-ray, or the second time. One of the times she asked me, would you like me to do an x-ray? And I just said, it's okay, because, and I had mentioned to her that the left side felt like it was crackling, like I could hear popping, right? I had mentioned that to her, so she checked me there, and she said, yes, I do hear a little bit of crackling, a little bit of popping. And I think that's when she's like, do you want me to give you an x-ray? At the time, I was just like, it's fine. We'll go along with it, because I'm pretty strong when it comes to like when I'm sick, and I can get over it within the next couple days or so. So I didn't think anything of it.
Trying to train everything though, under the sun, the teas, the honey,
the
onions
on the feet to get rid of the cough and stuff like that.
So we were trying everything under the sun for just to
get
give him
better.
relief. Like you probably don't even want tea, huh? Like he's saltied out.
Yeah, it's.
After that, he went to
That was the second time I seen her.
Okay,
that was the second time I seen her.
Mm-hmm.
We're still thinking in bronchitis. Okay, so after that, a couple,
days
go by.
We made an appointment with Kaiser because this was just through his work. So let's get
and where we're at, there's 2 Kaisers where we live. There's an urgent care, and then there's like the hospital, right? Or there's 2 urgent cares, or what is it?
No, it's an urgent care and then just a medical office.
Okay.
Like there's no emergency.
It's not. Yeah, it's not like ER or nothing. The ER.
It's like 40 minutes.
It's about
away.
a 40-minute drive. So, we went and did
we just made an
appointment here down the street by our house, and
it was on the 15th of August.
The 15th of August. And so we heard that this doctor here was a young doctor who was a really good doctor.
Checking in, they were like, "Oh, he's a wonderful doctor."
Yeah, good reviews.
So we were
and
like,
stuff.
"Okay, good. This is good sign."
Yeah, we're like, all right. And I wasn't getting better, and it was already like weeks already. And it's actually at this point was already probably like maybe 6 weeks or something or more.
Yeah, because I remember telling him like he's had this cough.
Yeah, because bronchitis we checked and it was like 6 to 8 weeks or something. So we were like, okay, it's like about a 6 weeks or so. So we talked to this doctor, and he comes in, and I kind of give him the whole runaround about the new building that I'm in. That it's cold. It's like it's got a whole air conditioning system in there. It's just very cold in there. And,
it was summer, and he was bringing a sweater.
Yeah, so that's kind of how it was. So I just let him know. I said, "Hey, I'm getting sick. I've already had talked to someone else, and she had diagnosed me with bronchitis." And I told him about the hangar that I'm in, or the area that I'm in, and then he says, "Okay, well we'll put you on Robitussin." And
that's what his suggestion was.
Yeah, his suggestion was we'll put you on Robitussin, and then just wear a sweater.
We hadn't tried Robitussin yet, so we thought, okay, that's a new one. Let's try Robitussin.
Yeah, and Robitussin usually works, right? So we did that for a little bit, and it just wasn't working.
Work.
It wasn't working.
It wasn't getting better. You weren't getting worse, but you weren't getting better.
Yeah, and I still felt the crackling. The next thing my wife and I say is, let's go get ourselves a an X-ray. Let me go get an X-ray.
So like a week passed,
yeah,
right? Like 6 days or something.
Yeah,
He
like
wasn't getting better
so.
with the Robitussin, so I'm like, okay.
We're a little bit more concerned now.
Yeah, we're going to
We're a
urgent
little more
care
concerned now. So yeah, we go to urgent care. We asked for an X-ray this time, and mind you, I'm thinking the doctor
on
by
the
our
15th.
house. Yeah, I'm thinking that he was going to give me an X-ray, which he should have.
But he was very confident that, oh shoot. So we were thinking, like, this doctor, you know, how good they raved about him, that he was, you know, confident in that it was bronchitis. So, okay, we're reassured. It's just bronchitis. Wait it out.
Yeah. So we go to urgent care, get the X-ray. Oh, and mind you, when I'm there, my blood pressure when I was getting it checked was spiking through the roof. It was high, and then it drastically would go down. And it wasn't even numbers. It was just the numbers were way off. And so something was wrong. Something was really wrong. And so me and my wife, we go to the back. We get called to the back. We're sitting there for a while, and this doctor comes in, and we have it on TikTok. I'll link it down below so you guys can hear kind of the conversation. But in his words, he said something, and a lot of this is a blur, so I'm going to try and remember this, and my wife also. But a lot of it was a blur. But what he said was,
let's just say if this is something they need to remove, or if it's something where they need to repair, then they'll be transferred over to Fontana anyways.
On his heart?
Yeah.
it's an open heart.
Yeah. So that's what my concern is. That's the most life-threatening diagnosis. You can always think of, for example, what are the other things that I worry about in that area? Cancer. Problem is, I need something more advanced in terms of imaging what it could potentially be. I have a suspicion just based off the X-ray itself. That being said, I need to send you to the right place. So I did talk with the Fontana docs. They do want a few things done before you say hi to them. So we're going to check out your heart real quick. If there's not any big concerns heart-wise, then what I'm going to have you do is you're going to get some lab work with us today. Then you're going to go down the hill to get imaging done.
Okay.
All right. When you get that imaging done, it's what we call a CT scan of the whole chest.
Mm-hmm.
You'll actually head into the emergency room, and they'll discuss what to do next, potentially with a consultation as well.
All
right, with one of our specialists, but we'll see. All right.
Thank
Questions
you.
for me, man?
No.
I'm hoping it's not anything concerning, but we're going to take you to the right place if we do. Okay?
Thank you.
Sorry about this.
It's all right.
Thank you.
All right, so wait here for Nicole. Like I said, she's going to check out her heart first, and then I'm going to take a look at it. If it looks okay, then I don't see why you can't drive me downhill right now. If it ends up being where there's something a little bit concerning, I'm actually going to send you one of our local emergencies, because I'd rather not have to brave traffic and everything and then drive to go down. All right?
Okay.
Thank you. Oh, what was it that you saw that was they said may be enlarged?
So it's what we'll call the aorta, potentially.
How do you
The aura?
A-O-R-T-A.
Aorta.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And the moment he said that, and he goes, it has something to do with your heart. Your aorta valve is inflamed. Something is pushing against your heart. I'm going to need more imaging. I can't really see too much on the X-ray. I have my suspicions about this. He goes, it could be cancer. And so the moment we heard that, my wife and I looked at each other, and our lives just paused. We stopped. Everything stopped for us.
I just felt like a dream in there. Like, what? Like,
Yeah.
No, this is just bronchitis.
Yeah.
Like,
And then he mentions, there's some things we can do. We can look at, and he goes possibly, surgery. And once you hear like heart surgery and cancer, like everything just pauses, and you're just like kind of like, what is going on? You just go
numb, and you're just like.
And we're looking at each other, and we're thinking this was bronchitis. We want it to be bronchitis. It's like, if anything, a common cold, bronchitis. And so we're crying. We're in the room crying. Me and my wife. I just remember crying, and I don't even know what she was feeling. We were just so numb. And so he says we need.
He didn't tell us anything about a mass or anything.
Yeah, there was no mass. He just said he's seen something pushing against the heart.
Yeah, and his heart aorta. I don't know.
Yeah,
how to say it.
my aorta valve was inflamed.
So that's all we're hearing. We didn't know about no mass or nothing yet. Like, so then he sends us down. He checks. He does like an EKG on him to make sure he doesn't need to be sent by ambulance, but he says you guys need to go to emergency right now. So we go down there, and they do. Well, we wait forever. This was like the longest day. We wait forever for another CT scan. He gets it. We're waiting for the results. So we go down to emergency. They do another CAT scan. We're waiting and waiting. We realize we can sign into Kaiser and see, like,
you could see the results pretty early. We were waiting for someone to come and tell us what was going on, and we hop on the app or the website, and sure enough, the results were in, and it showed us a 11 centimeter by 13 centimeter mass, mediastinal mass, and it had a bunch of different things, and it had, you know, different body parts, liver, and blah blah blah, and it said like lesions here, you know, a lot of things were just. We just really didn't understand. We didn't really understand it, but we did know like mass. Okay, that's tumorish. Something's in there. The way I'm feeling, it all was making a lot of sense. And so, you know, my family's there. We're all there, and we're all just breaking down. We're all crying. We don't know what's going on. We don't know what's going to happen after this. We don't know if this is, you know, terminal. We don't know anything. It's in the heart.
We're just waiting, and
so we're just waiting, and then
they send us home, and they say that. Well, they tell us.
Yeah.
Right. I don't even remember that.
Yeah,
that
whole appointment. I don't remember, but I just remember seeing the results. I don't even know who we talked to during
that's what I'm
that
saying.
time.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't remember.
I don't remember
you weren't
that part.
admitted to emergency. You were just there.
No, I was just there, and
then
at that
sent us
time,
home.
yeah, at that time I was, you know, I wasn't bad yet, but I was just still the same. I was still the same. So they sent us home, right?
Yeah.
And
then they
then
said a thoracic surgeon was gonna. They were putting in a referral for the thoracic surgeon.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So I think that we couldn't get one until like the 3rd of September, and this is barely like No, this is August. August.
Like the end of August sometime.
No, this is August
21st.
21st.
Oh, 21st?
Yeah, this was August 21st is when we found out your mass, and then they told us, oh, we can get you a referral like on 9/3 or something.
Yeah.
Something like that.
So days go by, you know, a couple days go by after that appointment.
6 days.
6 days or so go by. Me and my
wife.
wife.
After the 21st, finding out the mass.
Yeah, so we found out, okay, I have this mass now. So my wife and I are sitting in the living room, and we're watching TV, and it was like, you know, during the evening, and I get up from the couch, and, you know, she's like, what's wrong? And, you know, at that moment, I'm just kind of like, I have anxiety, and, you know, I had to step outside, and all I can feel is my heart murmuring and fluttering and skipping beats.
And it was so, like,
yeah,
pulsing, I could see his little thing from the sweater, like, just going, like, crazy.
Yeah, my wife could see all my clothing just moving because my heart was beating. It was working really hard. Obviously, there was something there. So I get up, I'm outside, I'm walking around, pacing back and forth, kind of have anxiety, and I'm like, something's wrong, something's really wrong. And she's kind of worried. I go back inside, and she goes, what do you want to do? What do you want me to do? Do you want me to take you to urgent care up here, or do you want to go to ER? And I said, if I go to urgent care, they're going to just either send me to ER. I'd rather just be at ER already, just in case something happens. So we go to ER. We're on our way. We tell our kids we're headed down, and there was bumper to bumper traffic. Bumper to bumper traffic.
4 lanes down to like 2 or something.
So yeah, we're in the car. She's focused. She's trying to get me there, determined to get me there. The windows are rolled down. I'm having a hard time breathing. I'm looking at all the cars pass by, and I'm just watching. And okay, then this is one of the things that I was just watching people driving, and everybody's just, you know, minding their business, just doing their thing, and I'm struggling to breathe. I'm struggling to like figure this out. And I just remember that feeling, that moment, like I'm stressing right now, and people are just driving normal,
listening to music,
and I'm stressing, like, you know. So we go there, and we're parking. I remember this kind of, you know, very blatantly, but parking, I walk up, we go through the security. Even when we hit security, I'm already like I'm full of anxiety. I'm like, man, like this is getting worse. And we waited there for a while. This is when we were sitting
No. We checked in, and they put you in the back right away.
Oh,
and
they
gave
did.
You an EKG.
Oh, yeah, they gave me the EKG right away.
We told them he's having trouble breathing.
So they gave me the EKG, and I don't know if they said it was okay or not, but
I don't remember, but I'd have to go back.
Yeah, a lot of this stuff again was kind of blurry, but
Then they sent us to get another CT scan.
Yeah.
And that CT scan took like so long because I guess somebody was at lunch and they were short staffed and
yeah. There was a lot of waiting.
Night.
There was a lot of waiting for us.
And this is all while he's like struggling to breathe. So.
And so we're waiting there. And I remember, was it the time when we were even on the other side sitting down and they were there was a little room right there. Mm-hmm. Was that the time too? Remember the time when we were sitting on the other chairs and there was like a little room mm-hmm. where they were taking blood pressure and I was just kind of laying there like this on the chair? That was that time, right?
I think so.
I think it was. But either way, we ended up, I think that time we ended up getting a room, right?
Yeah, we got a room in emergency. Not like a room in the hospital, but a room in the emergency where it's just
a tiny little room. My wife is like
in the most uncomfortable chair.
In the most uncomfortable hard chair. She's sleeping on this chair while I'm getting work done.
We're there all night. That's right.
We're there all night.
Because we got there at like, what, 8 or something?
We were there for hours, like over 12 hours. We were just there. And she was, she was just there sitting on this chair and I felt really bad for her because she's falling asleep on the side of me.
You feel bad for me, but you're like,
I know, but then I'm seeing all kinds of doctors. I'm seeing like every doctor there. I don't know how many doctors I've seen. I didn't even know who my doctor was at this time. There was really no doctor assigned to me because I just remember all these names. Everybody was coming in. There was a doctor who had a group of other young doctors who were probably up and coming that would come to me.
Yeah, they were like in
training or something, and they were kind of just
overseeing
what was going on. And I'm like, am I like a test
he was like
lab
the perfect,
rat dummy thingy?
Yeah, he was like the perfect example, I guess, for them that they wanted to use.
Which was really weird.
Which it's fine because was more eyes on you.
Yeah.
That,
Yeah. And so I just remember being in there and just getting poked left and right. And one of the doctors, a lot of them they were really nice doctors.
I think that's when they told us this was August 27th, and that's when they told us, oh, we can get you a biopsy it was far. I remember
the biopsy?
Being far. Yeah, I think it was I think that was the 3rd.
And I know they tell you not to do biopsies because then it could spread or something like that. That's what I heard. I don't think biopsies are great for
But they were going to send us home, right? Or no?
I see, and I forget.
Oh, no, that was the 21st. The 21st, they sent us home, and they said they'll send a biopsy.
Oh,
a referral for the biopsy.
Yeah.
But we didn't wait till that because we couldn't.
Yeah. So I just remember being in this room again, getting poked, and
so there was a doctor that pushed for the biopsy for that Friday because we went on a Tuesday and they pushed it for that Friday. So they're like, okay.
I was so bad where like they would have to just give me morphine. They're like, do you need morphine? I need morphine. Then
his chest was so like.
Yeah. This is the video that my wife shared on TikTok. You guys can see right here. Where we were in the hospital and I was struggling to breathe, cough. This is where they were shooting me up with morphine and trying to make me feel better, trying to calm me down. And
so we got the biopsy Friday.
It was a struggle. Yeah, so we got the biopsy
Friday.
And
then we were sent home. Then we had to wait, but you had the thoracic appointment on the 3rd.
She remembers all these dates, and
I don't remember everything because it's like a blur, but I do remember like the 3rd going to see the thoracic surgeon and then him confirming the biopsy results.
Right, yes. So then the thoracic surgeon told us that it was cancerous, that it was a germ cell tumor. And the germ cell tumor, I'm not really too, I just don't know too much information about this, but I know that it starts, in the man's testicles, something like that, and then it can move in different places. It can move in your stomach, it can move in your brain, or it can move in your chest. Mine was in the mediastinum is what they call it, I think. So between your heart and your lung. So that's what I had right there, and it was this. I think it was like the size of a grapefruit or something like that. I couldn't feel. There was nothing like.
It didn't.
There was there was nothing bulging out or nothing. It was just what was inside. I could feel it.
So then he said, "You'll see your oncologist." Now we're seeing an oncologist.
So at this point, he's referring us to an oncologist.
And that was on 9/17.
9/17. So we see my oncologist, and he's kind of giving us the overview of what's going to happen
and
what he recommends.
Three types of chemos.
3 types of chemos, which is phosphomide. I remember these names because I remember putting it out. Phosphomide, etoposide, and cisplatin. So cisplatin, etoposide and then phosphamide. So there was 3 of them, the chemo cocktail that I had to take.
He said they react really well to germ cell tumors. So I mean,
So
going into that,
he was really confident. My oncologist was very confident that the chemo would take this thing out. And he says he's seen this before, and he says, and you're young, and you can do this. So he's like, let's just do this. Are you willing
Can we
to
start
do this?
right
Can
away?
we start right away? He wanted to start really quick, and
it's
obviously
pushing on his heart and his
and
lungs. So we're like, okay.
it's like, what do we do? This is like one of those those choices that you got to make, like kind of. And then mind you, before this,
we're doing everything holistic that we can.
So anything holistic. I remember having the castor oil. I was watching Barbara O'Neill, and she had talked about the castor oil compresses for the women for breast cancer and tumors and stuff. So I was putting that on my chest and hoping that it would knock some of this down. I think I did that for about a week or so, and.
We were doing it for a while.
I was doing it for a while.
Trying, all in our waiting, like we were trying everything still.
Trying.
Like even if we knew we were gonna, I don't know, have to do what we had to do, we were still trying to be proactive.
I just remember in the oncologist room, I'm sitting here, he's in front of me, and my wife and my mother-in-law are there to the right of me. And my mother-in-law just recently overcame a lot. She's overcome quite a bit. She's had numerous types of cancers, right? But she just overcame breast cancer, and so I'm hearing this news, and I look over, and I'm just thinking of my mother-in-law, was able to go through something that she had went through.
She did chemo.
And she did the chemo. She did
surgery.
She did the surgery and everything, and so I'm just thinking, if my mother-in-law can do this, so can I. And so we went for it. We did the treatment. So the following day, we were already.
Yeah, he said, "Well, can you start tonight?" And we're like,
tonight? Yeah. So we.
I just looked at him, and I'm like, "It's up to you.
Yeah.
Do you want to?"
And so I had no choice. I mean, at that moment, I felt like I had no choice. I just had to go for it. And so, if he was confident in
but you
knowing,
had peace.
I had peace. But if he was confident in knowing that it was gonna,
take
this away, then let's go for it. The following day, we're there, and we start chemo, and.
Well, we actually go that night. So we come home, we tell our kids, like, look, this is what Daddy has to do. He has to, we have to be away 5 days.
Oh, yeah. So that's what. So the treatment was, so it was 5 days in the hospital. It was four rounds, so 4 times.
Every 21
days in between those rounds. So a total of 20 treatments. And it was, I'm trying to remember, when we were in the hospital, it was like, 3 different types of chemo, and I'm trying to think of the times that they had me do it. So the first bag.
It would take I think like 12 hours sometimes.
Oh man.
Like all day.
It just was, I was just plugged in.
He started in the morning, and then you finished like before bed or something.
Yeah. And so I was just there plugged up, just
the first round.
Yeah. So the first round, I was there plugged up, just taking the chemo in, 3 types of chemo. And your body doesn't really, well, my body, I'm not sure how it is for everybody, but at that time, the first round, my body didn't really understand what was going on with this chemo. So the night that we got in to do the chemo treatment, my cousin and his wife, my cousin David Zamora, who is a pastor, he came in with his wife, and they anointed me with oil. They prayed over us, and they just prayed over the situation. And after that moment, my wife and I, we just felt this peace that surpassed all understanding. Everything that we were going through, thinking of, we just had this peace over us. And so we went with the treatment that night, or I don't know if it was the night.
Next day.
Yeah, the next day in the morning. It started the next day in the morning. Today is September 18th, 5 o'clock. I just started chemo, first round, and we got the pre-meds up there. I've got this like really irritating cough, but other than that, we'll hang in there and we'll get through this. I'm tired. I just ate, and I'm a little sweaty because I was coughing like crazy right now. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'll keep you guys updated. All right. And it lasted for a while. They plugged me up with one bag of chemo, onto the next bag. Well, I think they took a break or so, and then they onto the next bag, took a little break, onto the next bag, and then your body, well, my body during this chemo, I didn't react right away. My body probably didn't realize what it was, so.
But the only thing I can say too is you stopped coughing.
I did stop coughing. The first round of chemo, I stopped coughing, and my tumor markers were actually close to 9,000. My tumor markers were at 9,000, around 9,000. The first round of chemo, it brought it drastically down, almost to like 6,000 or something, 6,000.
Yeah, we'll have to look up again.
We'll look up the numbers, and I'll show you as we're doing this video. I'll show you the numbers. Yeah, I got sick from it. Yeah, I obviously throwing up. I was vomiting because your body wants to reject this poison that's coming inside you.
But you were eating. You were even craving pancakes.
Yeah. So the first round I was eating good. I was okay. I was eating.
Maybe it was the second round you wanted pancakes.
Yeah. But the first round I felt like I did okay. I was like, okay, we got through this. Like chemo. Okay, it's not. I don't know. I'm not gonna say it's not as bad, but it
exactly 2 weeks though after he finished the first round, though he did lose his hair.
I started losing my hair, huh?
Yeah, exactly 2 weeks on the day.
Yeah, so I started to lose my hair, and I was in the shower, and I just remember like doing my hair. It was probably as long as this, maybe a little bit longer. I don't know. That's kind of why I'm growing it out now, because I miss my hair. But I was just in the shower, and I was just going like this, and I just had all my hair in my hand, like right now. And I told my wife, I'm like, babe, I'm losing my hair. She's like, really? And I'm like, yeah, I'm starting to lose it now. And then I'm like, I think it's time to cut it. And so I grabbed the shaver, and you can see this video here, shaving my head, and we're going for it. And this is, we already know this is what's going to happen. Like I was already expecting this to happen. So, it is what it is.
Still
it's
a hard thing to like
part of the process,
accept.
Yeah.
Because it's like.
Yeah, it's like
really happening.
Yeah, and exactly. Like this is happening to us. Like this, I never would have thought this would happen to us, and never would wish this upon anybody. And so, I'm losing my hair now. I don't think I lost my eyebrows just yet.
No, not even until the last.
Yeah.
The last.
So I still had my eyebrows on for a while actually, but the hair was gone, and even after I shaved it, like the little peach fuzz in my hair was there for a while until like maybe the second round or so, and then the second round it would fall off, and it was pretty much skin at that point. But the second round comes along, right?
Yeah.
And it was the first bag, because they had me on these bags for a certain amount of hours.
The first bag was only 1 hour.
It was so it drips, right? It drips out of the bag into your
You
your
got
line.
a port, actually.
Yeah, I got a port. I got whole like scars all over, but had a chest tube, or was that after the? Oh no, yeah, had a chest tube, had a port. But I just remember the second round, they dripped the bag. They were dripping it for 1 hour. I remember the first round was 1 hour that they were dripping it, and
she set him up.
She set me up. The nurse set me up. Yeah, she goes, okay, everything looks good.
I'll come back in an hour.
Yeah, and mind you, the first round was good. Like I went through it perfect. No reaction or nothing. It was the second round that I had a reaction, and so the bag is dripping. It's starting to drip for an hour, and when it drips for an hour, it means like it's going fast through your body. It wants to come through the bag, go into your body quickly, right? So I'm in there, and the moment she turns it on, boom, she turns it on. She's walking out the door. She's like, okay, we'll see you in a little bit, in about an hour. The moment she's like stepping up, and I'm like, she looked at me, and then my face is starting to swell up, and I just remember my chest starting to get tight and starting to close. My chest started to close, and I was not able to breathe. I could not breathe. I looked at my wife, and the look that she gave me was just like, I don't even know. It was just like so worried for me, and my
Well,
face.
all I hear, like, I'm on there, and she's like, okay, bye, and then I just hear, I can't breathe,
Yeah,
and
like,
I just get up.
yeah, but
like,
I even grasped the way I did it, like the way I said it
you're
was like,
I can't breathe.
I can't breathe. And then she's like, huh? And I'm like, I can't breathe. And then right away, she turned it off right away.
And
Boom.
gave him a steroid.
Yeah, gave me the steroid to kind of like relieve whatever it was. I don't know. But after a while, it kind of went away. But that was the scariest time that was the scariest moment.
It was the only time
Very
he
scary.
had a
Yeah, that was
reaction,
very
thank
scary.
God.
And so she
After
turned it off for a
that-
little bit. She turned it off for a little bit, and then she said, "Okay, we can."
No, she had to stop for a while. Like,
Yeah.
Like maybe like 45 minutes. Or
Yeah,
something,
like 45 minutes or so. But
she got confirmation to let it drip for like 3 hours.
3 hours. So this time was going to be a slower process
so
for the
one
chemo.
bag. He had to
Yeah.
have 3 bags.
3 bags, and so
And one bag was now gonna be 3 hours long.
3 hours long for it to just go into my body, as opposed to the first round, which was only an hour. So the first round, everything was going through me quickly, boom, 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 and I probably had a vomit reaction or whatever. Second round, they did the same thing, and it didn't work. I was unable to breathe, and it was just the scariest time that I remember. Through all that, getting the chemo, the second round, I vomited a lot. I remember waking up in the middle of the night, just throwing up. But again, the coughing was going away. The
coughing was gone already.
the fluid in my lung, the crackling in my left side that I had mentioned earlier, was starting to go away. It was starting to go away. They said that it would go away. I still had fluid in my lung and my heart too. I had fluid in my heart and in my lung, but I could feel that crackling going away. It's kind of hard to eat. I really didn't have any type of appetite. All I could taste was the chemo going in my body. You could taste it. It's just a weird feeling when it goes in your body.
He had to have suckers because every time they flushed him or something, he would get like
every time they
nickel.
every time they flushed my PICC line, I had like this nickel taste in my mouth.
I had to go get like these suckers from Sprouts.
Yeah. So I had to suck on some suckers before they would flush it out. It was just a nasty taste. And my wife even bought like this chemo, like it was like a sniff. It was like essential oils, I think. I forget what it was, but you would sniff it. You would take a smell of it, and
it's supposed to help.
Kind of helps the nausea and stuff. So I was doing that for a bit. And even when I go back and smell it, it reminds me of it. So I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that again. So yeah, the second round was probably the worst round for me as far as me having a reaction. But even throughout all the rounds, I was just vomiting. It was a lot of vomiting,
He'd come home and just be vomiting and sleeping.
Yeah.
And hardly eating. I couldn't get him to eat.
I remember one thing at the hospital though my blood pressure was really good.
It was
my
very
blood
good.
pressure was like
The whole time it was very
really
good.
good. I don't know what it was like good numbers. I just remember it was really good numbers, and nurses were like, "Wow, these are good numbers." And so I'm like, "Okay, something's working," But yeah, I couldn't eat anything there.
The third round was okay. Like
the third round was okay. I mean, it was
when you came home. Like that's what I think of. Like when we got home, you were okay. Remember, we even did something.
Yeah. I
Like
think
usually
we
were just home. Like we didn't want to do nothing, go anywhere. But I forget we did something.
But being home and having all that because you still have the chemo in your body, so I'm home for what, like 21 days, right? Yeah, or was it? Yeah.
Yeah, but the chemo leaves your body after so many hours. Like
Okay.
48 hours.
Oh yeah. So
you just had the side effects of it.
But by day 4 or 5.
You started feeling better because we had to do the shots.
Yeah,
Remember I had to give you shots.
So my wife also had to give me shots of white. It was, I forget what the shot is called,
to boost your white
blood cells. And she would have to shoot me up in my stomach or wherever I let her, but pretty much the stomach. It doesn't really hurt. And so by day 4 or 5, you start feeling a little bit of yourself again, and it's horrible. It's a horrible feeling because I'm just in bed.
Insomnia.
I had
sleep at
insomnia.
night.
I couldn't sleep. I had the sweats. I think I had the sweats like crazy bad. You can't sleep with the sweats. My whole pillow, my whole head was soaking wet.
He actually had the sweats even before chemo.
Even before chemo. I think this is when I had the sweats, when they told me that I had like a tumor and the mass and all that. When we found out it was a mass, that's when I really started to sweat at home. And that's something that I forgot to tell you guys. This is before the chemo, but you have these really like bizarre sweats.
You had to like lay a towel
down.
down.
I had to sleep on a towel, and it's hard to sleep. Like I could just wake up every night and like, man, I'm drenched in sweat. My whole shirt's sweaty. My hair's sweaty. I would have to rinse my face and get washed out. You just can't sleep. But you know, when you come home and you're on chemo and you have chemo in your body, you have a hard time sleeping. I had a hard time sleeping. I just remember dreaming a lot. I know there I don't know if there's a such thing as chemo dreams, but I think I looked it up, and there is, where people dream a lot when they have chemo treatment.
My mom did, and she never remembers her dreams.
Yeah, some of my dreams were pretty vivid, but I would dream a lot, and it was very uncomfortable to sleep. I would toss and turn. I always toss and turn anyway. I'm hardly ever like fully on asleep sometimes, and I just couldn't sleep. I would be up 1 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning. My wife, you know, is dealing with their kids and putting them to bed, and you know, she's in the other room with them, and she kind of wants to stay away just so that way I can get some rest. And you know, whenever I needed her, I would call her and stuff, and she'd always be there like right away. But it was tough. I would just be there, sitting up, praying to God that, you know, please get me through this day, get me through this night, let me fall asleep. A lot of it was just trusting in God and just, you know, just leaning on His promises and knowing that He was going to take care of me and get us through it. And that's pretty much what our message is. That's why we want to share this. It's just because God got us through it. But then I went with the 3rd round, went on the 4th round, and
the 4th and after was probably the hardest because you were so skinny and so like you didn't want to eat.
Yeah, you guys
could not get him to eat at all. Like
I remember not eating for like almost 10 days.
I'm like, just eat a bite. Just,
yeah.
You know, it was
I
hard.
tried to eat and I couldn't eat at all. I lost so much weight. I don't know if I was.
You were down to like 130 something.
130 something. I was like originally 190, almost 200, kind of, you know. But I went from that to 130. I was so skinny. You guys can see the
like 138 or
the
something
pictures.
Like that.
Yeah, you guys can check out the videos and the pictures right here that I put. But yeah, it was really tough to see me go as far as I did that. You know, it was tough to see my body break down this way. And one thing I tell my wife is like, it's the body. It amazes me how God created us, because we can. I don't know, how do I say this? It's your body is very strong. Like, you know, God created it to where you can really come back and I don't know how to explain it. It's just from being 100% to being 0. I felt like I was negative. Like I couldn't walk. I remember being in the shower and I almost fainted. Like I had no energy to even lift my leg over to get out, to get in. The heat, or even just the water, the steam, like I wasn't able to breathe in there. It was just so weak. I was just at a point where I was just so weak that I couldn't lean on any of my strength anymore. Like I had no strength left in me, and to call it my own strength, like I had nothing. So what I had to do was just consistently lean on God every time, every night. Every time I went to the hospital, we just were God all the way, leaning on God's promises, and we just were praying a lot, and you know, had Him just kind of guide us through all of this, because we really, to be honest, we didn't know what we were doing. We were just trusting Him.
Love and prayers that we've gotten from everybody, though, it's been like,
yeah, it was overwhelming. There was so many people.
I just knew like He was gonna be okay, just because there was like so many people like supporting us.
Yeah, there was a lot of my coworkers at work,
friends from elementary school. Like,
yeah.
I just
there was a lot of people. They raised money for us because, obviously, we didn't.
Disability sucks.
We didn't. Yeah, disability sucks. We didn't have.
He is our only provider, so.
And that's the message of this: is that God will provide, and He will be there for you guys
in
no
all the
matter
details,
what.
every little detail.
He was in the details. He was in the details.
Down to our nurses.
Our nurses. Our nurse, Crystal Dew, was like amazing. She was awesome.
People at Kaiser, like disability, down to everything.
Yeah, and then everything happened so smoothly for us. Like in the beginning it was shaky and we had no idea what was going on and felt like it was forever. And the hours that we were there, spending time there, and just going to CAT scan this, CAT scan that, X-ray this, poke him here, poke him there, take blood here, like. It was a lot. It was a lot.
One thing I think, we were talking about the other day is, like, it was the roughest, like, scariest, darkest time. But, like, us being in the hospital together was, like...
It brought us so close together.
It was something that our marriage needed. We've been
special.
through stuff that you guys don't even know about because we don't
expose any of that stuff.
We don't share a lot,
stuff.
It's
a lot of it's personal, but, I know for a fact that we're here for a reason. Our testimony, is something that it will encourage a lot of people, and not even just this, just being married and having kids and being, going through a lot of things that we've been through, hard times,
everybody goes through hard times. We know that.
It could be anything, and so we've been through it, and so we just want to be here as an encouragement to other couples and people who are thinking about having kids or getting married or anything like that, or lost. If you're lost or anything, you don't know where to turn to, where to go, we can say turn to God, because God is always there for you. He's going to be there for you no matter what. Like He has been there for us since we first met in 2006.
I knew who Jesus was, but I wasn't raised. Like, I would go to those youth nights, but I wasn't raised.
She wasn't raised like in the church.
So,
I was raised in the church.
for me to fully surrender and
see how God works, my wife had seen the works of God, like Jesus all the way through.
From us meeting, it only literally took one day.
She's experienced God in miraculous ways, and so have we both, through our finances, through our marriage, and everything.
His job,
my job.
He's been in all the details throughout our whole.
And we can go over that too. My job and all that. That's another thing, but it was tough, and
a lot of times though, we were in the hospital, you were sleeping, I had a lot of support, but then I felt alone sometimes, But then God gave me that strength that it's okay. I'm here. You're going to be right. You're going to be strong right by your husband. And
you weren't alone. I could tell you right now, she wasn't alone, because He was there with her. And my wife did a lot. She would always made sure that the nurses and doctors were doing their part, making sure that we were okay.
One thing was really hard was being away from our kids. Our kids are attached to our hips.
All right, so I'm gonna go to doctors in Ontario, Kaiser, and get chemo for 4 cycles, 5 days in the hospital, and it's just... It's gonna be hard because I'm gonna be away from my children. Faith in God, don't we, baby?
We do.
We have faith in God. Everything's gonna be fine. Let's do this.
Even during bedtime, they love cuddles, and so it was.
So we had to leave them with
hard.
Grammy. We had to leave them with my mother-in-law.
Yeah, my mom took over, and as much as she wanted to be there for me, being there for my husband, she would even tell me, I want to be at the hospital, and I'm like, I know, but I need you for my kids right now, know. And there was a couple times that they stayed with your mom too. And
we would be on FaceTime with my daughter, because my daughter does not like to be away from us, especially my wife. And so we are, And so we're just
always on FaceTime.
Always on FaceTime
she wanted
with my
to
daughter.
Sleep on FaceTime.
Yeah, she would fall asleep on FaceTime.
Every night.
We'd make sure we're on FaceTime with her, and she would fall asleep on the phone when we were on FaceTime with her. And
it was hard for her to. My mom had to get him ready for school, and that was hard.
Yeah.
She didn't want to go to school.
There was a lot of things happening too. So like our kids had soccer. Well, actually, our
kids
daughter
were only 8 and 10 at the time.
Yeah. Our daughter Aaliyah, she was in soccer, so my wife would run her to soccer practices, soccer games. I missed her birthday. I missed our son's birthday, I think.
You didn't miss her birthday. You missed Mason's. You were doing chemo that day.
Okay. I missed Mason's. Sorry, excuse me. I missed. Oh, damn, it looks really pretty over there.
We just didn't get to have a party for her or nothing because like all this news was like.
Yeah.
It was just very overwhelming, and like we couldn't think about that, you know. We just
missed holidays. I think I missed Thanksgiving.
Yeah, you did.
I was in the hospital for Thanksgiving or something like that. So there was a lot of things that I missed and that my wife was able to do, and so you know that was a really tough time to miss a lot of holidays and birthdays and stuff like that.
But God got us through it.
But God definitely got us through it, and I know for a fact that He wants us to share this with you guys, and that's why we're doing this, because we are being good stewards of what He's done in our lives, and just
it's just a strength that only He can give you.
Yeah.
Like people would be like, "Oh, you're so strong," and it's like it's not me.
Yeah.
Like I'm crazy
I
about
tell
this
my wife
man,
too,
and I could not do it without him. I would melt, you know.
And I tell my wife, you're so strong. Like, she's like, babe, I don't know how I did it. I don't. And if you would see how my wife was, you know, during this time, I'm like, man, she's amazing. Like, I don't know how she's doing it, you know. Like, as much as I knew she wanted to break down, like.
And I would. On the way up to the kids, or like leaving him was like the worst ever. I didn't want to leave him. I knew he didn't want me to leave him. But I'd call grandma and I'd be like, okay, I gotta go to her practice, or I gotta take her to a game.
Yeah. And my grandma Joanne was
every day all wanting to be there, and I'm so thankful for her because she was just that, you know, no hesitation, coming, praying, crying, you know. Steven is like her first grandson, so that's her baby.
Yeah, my grandma Joanne was always just by my side, you know, just rubbing my arm or
praying. Just knowing like we had support in there was everything to us, you know. It got us through it.
Yeah,
because that's what.
It's crazy because God's just amazing, because even being in there and it's, you know, it's not about money or anything, but man, we got so much help. We got just financially we were okay. We were okay because God was taking care of us, and that was the main thing.
Yeah, he provided everything we needed.
That was the main thing, is that God took care of us. God took care of us, and He provided everything all the way through. He made sure everything was in line to get to this point to where we can share it with you guys, you know, and it's just amazing. Looking back now, it's amazing to see him working through all of it, you know, and
the people that like showed up for us, like
like people, you know, that came through the as we were there in the hotel, you know, like friends and
hotel.
I'm sorry.
It was not a hotel.
The people that, you know, the people that came through at the hospital, you know, it was just amazing. You know, and then the prayers. Even
the staff there, like they all knew us because we were there.
Yeah,
you know, like we saw them leave, and we're like, okay, we'll see you in a few hours when you go home and sleep.
Yeah,
like, we made friends. Ron, hi Ron.
Hi Ron.
Crystal Dew.
I remember Crystal Dew. We want to go back and actually go say hi to them again and stuff and walk the halls and.
You build these relationships with these nurses. Even we met.
There was so many people. There I forget names.
Another patient.
Yeah, Adrian. I think his name was Adrian.
Yeah.
It was like my brother's name. Yeah, Adrian. And
he came the same exact day, and I don't know, I just felt like we need to talk to them. Because it was a husband and wife, and they would do laps just
too.
like us in there. And
you
know, and he recovered, and he's doing well.
Doing better now. But man, just walking those halls and
that was one thing they said to do, is walk a lot.
Walk a lot.
And so we would just
you have
do
to
laps.
You have to get up when you're
laps.
when you're going through chemo. You have to move. You can't just sit. You can't lay. As much as your body tells you to, you have to. You're in your mind. You need to get up. You need to go. You need to walk. And so this young guy Adrian that I met there, he encouraged me. He encouraged me to get up and walk. I'd be in my bed and I'd just be tired, from chemo, and I would see him walking lap after lap.
He was like 1 in the morning walking.
Yeah, and he had I think he had more.
Yeah,
he had to take more chemo. His was a different treatment.
His was 24 hours.
His was 24 hours.
Like at a time, a 24-hour bag. Like
yeah, and we seen him when he came in with hair, and then he lost his hair too. And so we were pretty much on the same boat. And but yeah,
it's just the people that God put in our path at that time.
Yeah.
And we're just so thankful and grateful to know who really shows up for us.
Yeah, we're thankful for my coworkers, everybody at work that put fundraisers together and helped us out with our finances, and everybody that prayed there at work, and all my friends, and man, people,
even my friends,
my wife's friends that don't even know me, like it's
just sees us on
crazy.
Instagram, and the love was unreal.
And so we shared our story. My wife threw out a 12-second video on TikTok of me in the hospital coughing, and it got a lot of traction, and it got us to a point where we were able to help others and encourage others and give others
relationships,
build relationships, and give others
like
insight.
Vanessa, stay strong. I'm always thinking of you.
Yeah, and
there's just been a lot that God has brought good things during this hard time, and we're thankful for this rough journey, even though
we've learned a lot.
You don't want nobody to go through this.
We've learned a lot, and we're very thankful. But
then after the chemo, you got another X-ray, a CT scan, and it showed that your tumor was gone.
Pretty much gone, yeah.
Well, the cancer markers.
The cancer markers were drastically down, and you guys can see here. I'll post them up here. That pretty much.
They did say that it could shrink the tumor completely gone. That's what we were hoping for, but it did leave the tissue.
Left like a dead tissue, dead tumor. So the next step was we talked to our and so that was it for my oncologist. My oncologist did his part. Mm-hmm. He said everything looks good, but now he referred me back to the thoracic surgeon. And so here. I don't know if I have the video. I think I do, but if I do, I'll put it in here. He's talking about what's the next step, and kind of gave us a rundown of what it was and all that stuff. But the next step basically was to do surgery to remove it.
This one they gave you contrast. You can see the blood vessels really well. This was the size of the tumor.
Oh wow!
These are the major blood vessels around it. This one blood vessel here is the one that basically gives all the blood to your entire body.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then this blood vessel here is the one that gives all the blood to both lungs.
Okay.
So you could see it was
Getting squashed.
Yeah, there was no way I would have been able to take that out. Even if I took this blood vessel and took that left lung, I would probably damage it enough that we would lose the blood supply to the right lung, and obviously you can't survive with that. Okay. The new one is this one.
Wow.
Much smaller.
Yeah.
It's off of this vessel completely.
Oh wow.
And it's basically off the aorta. I can now see a difference between the two tissues. There's a little line right there. That's all I need as far as space.
Wow.
In some patients, this completely goes away. In your case, it did not. And there's possibly two reasons. You also potentially just have dead necrotic tumor, or you could have what's called a teratoma. Okay. Either way, when something like this is there, the recommendation is to remove it.
And now that it's smaller,
Smaller,
you're able to go
and
in.
it's farther away from the bigger blood vessels, I would recommend we remove it. The approach is from the left side. We go in robotically through small incisions. Obviously, we'll make one incision big enough to get all this out. And if all goes well, we should be able to remove it without endangering these major vessels.
Okay.
The one thing I cannot guarantee is there's a nerve that runs from up here to the diaphragm. So if I were to give you this view, the nerve is what tells this muscle to move. There's one on each side, one on the left, one on the right. If the tumor runs through that nerve, I can't save the nerve because there's no reason to leave residual tumor behind.
And you can't see that until you go in.
And if the nerve gets sacrificed, what will happen is this left diaphragm will not move as well. It'll be elevated. You'll still be able to breathe because the right diaphragm is doing the work. It'll still pull air into the left lung, even though this is the side that's working the most. But the downside to it is that level of activity, if you're a runner, you're not going to be able to run as much. If you live up in high elevations, you're going to feel it more. If you're doing daily activities, driving, working, unless your work is really physical, you shouldn't feel an impact for the most part. Okay. And of course, even with successfully taking it out, there's always a chance there could be a recurrence. We go in through small incisions, but as I always tell my patients, if it's safer to do it open, I will do this through an open incision and get it out. Okay? But that is the current. There's no more chemo to give. There's no radiation to give. At this point, this residual tissue has to be removed.
He was going to go in robotically and remove it, and so he had a team with him as well. So we scheduled the date for that. And
which all those nurses and that we saw, remember that girl? She was like, "I'll be in there." She was a blessing. Just everybody that got put in our path, through the doctors at least, the nurses, you could tell it was all God.
Yeah, it was all God because I just remember being in one of the rounds when we were there. Remember, I was like, I want to talk, and then you have somebody come in too praying for you, and so we were consistently getting prayed for at the hospital, and I remember one of the nurses there. Her name was Crystal Dew. She was a lovely lady. She basically was my nurse angel.
We requested her. We started requesting her at night because she was a night one.
Yeah, but come to find out, I think
Ron was the night one. She was the day one.
But what I do remember of Crystal Dew, my angel nurse, is that she was a sister in Christ. So she was always on top of it. She was one of the nurses that was always on top of it. She wanted things to be done all right, let's keep moving. She'd get mad at the other nurses. Let's keep moving.
They do it wrong.
Yeah, let's do this. Let's get him going. Come on, he's ready. Let's go. She knew me. She already knew how I was gonna feel, and all this stuff. And she made me feel very comfortable. When I would, from being sick, coughing, throwing up, and all that stuff. She made me feel very comfortable. But she happened to be a sister in Christ, and we exchanged gifts at the end and stuff, and it was amazing. But very thankful for her, very thankful for her, because I don't know, that's another reason why we say God is in the details, because it was just very smooth for us, very easy to just kind of get through this, and so we digress. But
I started giving all the nurses presents.
She would bring presents.
I had
my wife
keychains for all the
my wife
nurses.
Is very giving like that, so she would always put something together. But
I just wanted them to know, I appreciated their taking care of my husband. He's my life.
And so we ended up going for the next step was obviously surgery. And so we went did the surgery.
He had his surgery February. His last day of chemo was
November
28th, I think, or something like, or right before Thanksgiving, and you were home on Thanksgiving. I think you came home the day before Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we thought maybe he could be okay because the second round he was okay after. Remember, the third round you were okay.
But then
after.
I skipped Thanksgiving like that.
Yeah,
I didn't
because
end
you
up
weren't
going.
okay.
I did. Yeah, so I wasn't okay. So I didn't end up going to Thanksgiving. And usually we have it at my mom's house and stuff. And I didn't end up going. We just kind of stayed home because I wasn't feeling great. And so
He wasn't even eating,
Yeah,
so it
I
was
wasn't
just
eating.
I didn't want to do that to him and him be like, not
Yeah.
home. So
and
then he had his surgery February 19th is when you had
February
your surgery.
19th. Yeah, and that's just
That was scary.
Yeah, it was scary. That was just to remove the leftover tissue, and the sun is
Yeah.
beaming on us now. But actually, that's the presence of God right there, just kind of giving us
He's
a peace
here.
again. But I need my glasses. But anyway, God bless you.
Where's the top?
The sun does make you sneeze. Or the light. It'll pass right
fine,
now.
it's fine.
This too shall pass.
Yeah, so had had my friends show up, and my friend
Oh, that
Ernie, my friend Ernie, my
was that meant
lead.
so much to us.
Yeah,
So thank you so much.
Thank you,
for
Ernie,
doing that.
for coming out, for supporting me, and
His
Ernie was my lead. He was my Ernie was my lead at
at work.
and
But he's a brother.
but he's
so
he's pretty much my brother in Christ, another brother in Christ, and he came out, and I'm gonna close my eyes while I'm talking because the sun's in my face, but he's a brother in Christ, and he came out before I had surgery, and I think even after he was there still.
yeah.
But just that support too was
That was only like 2 minutes for you, but it was like
yeah,
3 hours for us.
The surgery I think lasted 4 hours or something like that, 4 or 5 hours.
I remember like 2 hours.
I forget, but to me it was like 2 minutes. I was in there. You could see, I'll show you guys some videos here that we were in the hospital, and hey everyone, we are here at Kaiser Permanente. I am about to have surgery in a couple hours. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we will keep you updated once I am out of surgery. Surgery is gonna be about 2 hours, a couple hours, so it should go fast. For me, it should be about 2 minutes. For my family, it should be about 2 hours or so. So here we go. Let's see where we check in. Okay, guys, I'm getting admitted right now. I'm in the little office space, and they took my information down. And here we go. Thank you for being here by my side, baby.
There's nowhere else I'd rather be.
Oh man,
You got this, baby.
yeah. What's going on, guys? How's everybody doing? This is me before surgery, thoracic surgery up here in my chest. They're going to remove scar tissue, anything that's left over from the cancer, from the germ cell tumor. They'll be removing it from the left side of the rib. So God be with the doctors and surgeons in that room. And thank you for your love, support, your prayers. And I'll see you guys when it's all over. See ya.
Bye, babe. Love you.
Yeah, so they ended up removing it, and I had a chest tube. Was that the time I had the chest tube and all that? So they put me the chest tube, and they were draining all the fluid out, and the blood was.
And
going
all
through
those nurses and that surgery.
Even
it was just all God.
yeah,
Everything.
And so we thank you guys for those who were a part of our journey, and yeah, it was now I'm healed. Before surgery, again, before surgery, I was doing natural treatment. My cousin Regina, the boys that we are now fostering, their
Recently
grandma.
went through cancer as well.
She did.
Yeah.
She did. And
she is a warrior as well.
She is a cancer warrior. She's a warrior. She fought it, and she went the route of almost natural too, in a way. She wanted to.
Yeah.
And so
she was very encouraging.
Very
doing
encouraging.
It. Like, we just didn't have a lot of time, so doing it just holistically was like kind of scary because he was already in like that survival, trying to breathe and stuff. So.
But before surgery, I did 10 treatments of natural treatment, which was red light therapy and hyperbaric chamber. And I can tell you that helped a lot.
She's the one that set up like the fundraiser and all that.
Yeah. So my cousin Regina set up a fundraiser for me, and a lot of her friends and family helped out with that, and it was able to get me 10 treatments of the natural treatment.
At Leveled Up.
Up here where I'm at, where we're at.
Paul Mcclain and
Pastor Paul Mcclain.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. His daughter recently went through, or a few years ago went through.
They have a story of their own of his daughter having cancer as well. Yeah, we'll tag you guys down there. But then after the surgery, I also did another 10. It was a 20 treatment thing there, and so I did.
After you recovered,
after I recovered, I did another treatment, 10 more treatments.
And I feel like that helped heal you.
Helped a lot.
It got you sleep.
Yeah, because it rejuvenates your cells. It puts oxygen in your cells, and it got me a lot more sleep. It energized me, and
it healed him very quickly.
Yeah, thank you, Giovanna.
Yes, Giovanna, our angel.
Yeah, she works there, and she helped us out a lot. And so we did that, finished all that, and months go by, and I'm still out for work. I've been out of work since
August
15th of last year. My wife knows. 14th. August 14th of last year. I've been off work, and so tomorrow is when I go back to work. What's tomorrow?
Tomorrow will be
the 21st. September 21st. I'm going back.
Wait, no. September 22nd.
Oh, September 22nd. I'm going back September 22nd, which is tomorrow. I don't know when I'm going to put this video out. Hopefully I can put it out tonight, tomorrow, or whatever, but I'm going to try to put it out as fast as I can. And just kind of wanted to give you guys a whole yearly update on this thing. But yeah.
There's probably
there's a lot much more.
Missed.
There's a lot much more.
Just...
But these are just, the bullet points of that journey, and
leaning on God, and
we just want to encourage you guys to just lean on God, and whatever you're going through, whether it's sickness, whether it's relationships or marriage or finances or family or whatever the case may be, just lean on God, because
give it to God.
There's
nothing else.
Everything.
You think you can fix it, but
with everything going on right now in the world, you gotta, at some point you gotta just
turn to
surrender.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we pretty much did. We surrendered.
We had to.
And we
there
just
was
gave it
no
all
other
to God.
choice.
Yeah, we gave it all to God, and He's the one who took care of it. And unfortunately for others, they may not have it the way we have it. It might be, terminal or
God's
whatever
will
the case
for
is.
Everybody is different.
It's different, and everybody has a testimony. But ours was this one, and so we wanted to share it with you guys, and so. We're happy you guys are here to hear this, and comment down below, and if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. We're very open to answering any kind of question, whether it's this or our marriage or anything or having kids or whatever it is. But this is kind of what our channel will be about, and that's one of the reasons why we are our love endures, is because we've been together for so long and we've been through so much that. His love endures, and it'll last forever, eternal. But what He's done in our life, and He's showed up in our life, and He's been in our life, and He's there. He's just there for us and for you, and so that is why our love endures, because
our love has
endured a lot. You know, it has endured the toughest times.
But we just, that's what it is. Our love endures.
Our love
It's
endures,
no
and that's
matter
for you
what.
guys too. You know, your guys' love endures. You know, whether it's your family, your friends, your relationships, your spouse. It's for everybody. You know, so. Yeah, so thank you guys for, listening to us, and, I'm sorry we were kind of all over the place. Apologies if we were all over the place.
We've been wanting to do this video, but we have a lot of kids. And
we're here right now. Like, there's, when are we going to do this? There's really no perfect time to do this. There's kids running around everywhere, but that's us, and oh well.
Take us how we are, or watch us as we go.
Exactly. So, I mean, it is what it is, but this is us. My name is Steven, and this is my wife, Anna. A lot of times everybody gets it wrong.
It's okay, though.
But it's all good. And, so we love you guys, and thank you guys for watching. And until the next one, we'll see you guys soon. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. See you guys.